longtime friend of Benoit's is speaking out about the deaths.
Bill DeMott says he spoke with Benoit shortly before he died, and now he says he's angry that his friend is being smeared. Fox 5's Charles Molyneux has that story.
Freaking steroids and everything, you know, I mean.
Bill DeMott says he was perfectly satisfied to quietly wait and watch the investigation into the deaths of Chris Benoit and his family, but has gotten angry over media coverage and numerous public comments about the case.
It's a tragedy, but using it for a limelight or a soapbox or to get your 15 seconds of fame to say, oh, I knew it, nobody knew.
A father of two living in Hamden, DeMott's been a pro wrestler himself for 20 years under the names Hugh Morris and General Rection. He was, he says, a close personal friend of Chris Benoit, who lived just a few minutes away. He says the relentless dwelling on Benoit's pro wrestler persona, his steroid use, and implication that steroids drove him to murder are intruding on an already painful family tragedy.
I don't know about roid rage. All I know is for the 15 years plus that I've known Chris and known about Chris, and I've known Nancy Benoit very, very closely, I've never saw this coming. There's a Jekyll and Hyde there somewhere.
He's been watching with interest the investigation into Benoit's doctor, Philip Aston. DeMott says he's never met him and expects him to pay for any impropriety. But he says Benoit, his family, and his colleagues in the world of pro wrestling are getting smeared anew with distorted stereotypes.
I would have to sit here and be a complete liar to say that there's no steroids in professional wrestling. Is it as wild as everybody says it is? I'm saying no. I've been around 19 years.
DeMott says he's eager to see what toxicology results on Benoit reveal, but he doubts that will provide all the answers, especially for people like him who were close to Chris Benoit right at the end.
Friday morning he called me before all this happened. If I would have gone for that beer, you don't know what would have happened. So everybody's dealing with a lot of different things.
As the impromptu flower display outside the Benoit's house continues to grow, DeMott says this is what the story is all about. 3 people who are now gone. Not, he says, pro wrestling, steroids, or drugs. Questions, he says, are for the professionals to figure out. In Fayetteville, Charles Molyneux, Fox 5 News.
DeMott says his family and the Benoits were always close, and he never had any concerns having Benoit around his own children.